Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up, YouTube? Welcome back. Welcome back. It's week two of Chief Pigskin Salute to Black History Month. We're here to recognize, socialize, and energize. Our program is brought to you by the QB School. QB School is the home of the best football analysis on YouTube. 8 million viewers and over 1,000 subscribers have watched as JT O'Sullivan, a former 8-year NFL QB with a PhD, break down football. In addition, a new QB school course entitled Master Pass Protection, a QB's Lens, is available today. It's available today. And it'll help take any offensive coach or quarterback to the next level. Check them out at theqbschool.com. It's out today, so it's some good stuff. I suggest y'all go out and check it out. Also, here's what we've been up to on Chief Pigskin. When you want to figure it out, when you want to know, the clinic is popping. I'm telling you, Nate's been really doing a lot of work on that online clinic. If you want to check it out, it's clinic.chiefpigskin.com and the store.chiefpigskin.com. And also like and subscribe all of this. If you like me, I'm Tim Turner, head football coach at the Champaign High School. And I'm my co-host, or the host, I'm his co-host, is Mr. Charles Watkins, the defensive coordinator at Concordia in Chicago. Coach, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, Coach. I tell you, man, you guys got it made over there.
What's up? How so?
I saw Nate say post the weight room, and I thought it was a college weight room. I saw your weight room, man.
No, Coach, we just got some new digs, man. The community really stepped up for us around here, and they've really started to put in some new facilities around us, and they put in a lot of money, and so I'm happy for it. In fact, I was telling Nate,
you want to make it tough for us Division III coaches, man. Recruiting though, when they come to us, it's like a downgrade.
Right? No, sir. Some of the best coaches in the world. Hey, listen, Coach, we're gonna start this thing off pretty quickly. We've got Coach already in the waiting room, so you guys know how we do it. Again, we're here to just kind of hang out, hang out with each other, talk some ball, have some fun, tell some jokes. We got a couple of guys already in the chat room. We got Pops Allball. What's up, Pops? It's good to see you. We've got Nate Allball, of course, and we got David Thompson. Jeff Rogers from Minneapolis just rolled in. As coaches come in, I'm going to give you guys a shout out. Again, as many times as you guys can check in and want to hang out with us, that's what we're here to do. Let's get it going, Coach. Today's guest is none other than Javier Smith, the QB coach from Olivet College in Olivet, Michigan. How do you know him, Coach, real quick?
Man, so we met at a camp. We met at a Notre Dame camp. It was at a youth camp. I think I was at Co. I don't know where Coach was at, but we met there, stayed in contact, and then we actually played each other when we had a season. So 2 years ago, they kicked our butts. They were big up front. We couldn't run the ball on them, and then we couldn't stop them. So he got one up on me.
Right, okay.
He's a cool guy, though.
Well, I'm going to introduce him because he's in. Coach Smith, appreciate you hanging out with us, man. Guys, again, this is Javier Smith. He's the wide receivers coach from Olivet College. Coach, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
First of all, I just want to say thank you for having me. Thank you for the invite. Me and Coach Watkins go way back from, I think, in Notre Dame camps. That's how we first met. Both our teams ended up being in the championship, so... And then we kind of kicked it off ever since. But I'm Coach Javier Smith. All my players just call me Coach Jav. I started off as a student assistant coach in college. Graduated from, went to Niles High School in Michigan, near South Bend, Indiana. And then after graduation, I was one of those guys that really didn't have the grades coming out, and so I went to community college for a year. Still wanted to play ball, found out about Olivet. Came here in 2010, played here, went to school here. And then after I graduated, I went to coach high school ball for a year in Kalamazoo as a receiver coach. And then my offensive coordinator and receiver coach, when I was in college, Coach Dan Selowitz, Coach Moose, he got the head job 4 years ago here. And I was one of the first guys he called back on the staff. So I'm blessed to be where I'm at, doing what I do. You guys know it's a blessing to, help mold young men to great professionals, better husbands, better fathers. So that's what we're doing. That's the game that we're in. I'm happy to be a part of it.
That's what's up, Coach. You say you're molding young men, and that's absolutely the job. You seem like a young man yourself, if you don't mind me asking. How old are you? Again, wait, and I asked this question because as we were getting this show together and starting to, we were going to hang out, talk to some ball coaches, I didn't realize I was going to be the oldest cat every night, right? Coach Watkins kind of set me up. So, it's real cool to see you guys, young guys out doing this job because it takes, I know when I did it, I didn't have coaches that looked like me, right? So when I see you young guys doing it, it really touches me. So again, how old are you, Coach? Do you mind?
No, I'll actually turn 30 this month on the 16th. So
okay. Well, happy birthday! Happy birthday coming up soon, man. Okay. Then family, you're a married man, or what you got?
No,
tell
man,
us a little bit about your family.
I'm single, man. I'm single.
Okay.
You come to find out as a young coach. I learned this, I think, my first time at the coaches convention. I think it was James Franklin. He told us, he said, "Hey, man, stay single and broke as long as possible, because the problems don't come when the money comes." So,
right.
That's something
Single and broke as long as possible.
Franklin. It's hard finding
That's what's up.
A good woman that understands our schedules.
Sure.
That understands what we go through, the time we spend investing, our jobs and our kids, and so
Sure.
I'm just, doing my thing, staying on my, keeping my head down, keeping my feet moving. And then, I always believe that, God has a plan for me, and, one day I'll find the perfect one that wants to, help me steer the ship. So
that's what's up.
That's what's up. Hearing you earlier, you say, you was at the high school level, and, you kind of been coach for a while, but getting into the profession, what was it that made you decide to want to get into the profession, and when did that happen?
It started like once I got done playing. I still had a few years left of school, and being done with football, you guys were so used, especially at the college level, we're so used to having structure, and then when I was done, I didn't have that, so I was just like kind of bored. So like one day, our head coach before, Coach Moose, asked me if I wanted to be a student coach. I was like, either be around the guys, you got good energy, you're passionate guys. Like, oh yeah. So I kind of started doing the student coaching thing for like 2 years, and then when I during that time, I was going into like exercise science realm where I wanted to be like an athletic trainer or physical therapist, staying in the sports world, and then being around the guys and being in the weight room and stuff like that. I kind of started, growing on me. It's like, and then a couple of the coaches at the time told me like, hey, you could be a really good, coach or a strength coach. And I love being in the weight room when I was a player. I'm actually one of the assistant strength coaches here at Olivet College. And so that's kind of how it rolled. And then like after I was about to graduate, and one of the coaches at the time knew the high school coach who was looking for a receiver coach. So kind of had that job already rolled after I got done, before I even graduated. So I was like, I thought I was making it. I was like, man, I already got a job before I even done. Like, right. And I'm thinking, I got on the phone call with him, the high school coach, and he told me how much I was going to be making. I was like, man, I'm rich. Like, thinking like, he's like, oh, we're going to pay you like $3,600 for the season, for the year. I'm like, oh man, like, yeah, like most money I ever made. Right. And then, but yeah, that's kind of how it started. Just the love of the game. I took the high school job because I wanted to be at the college level as a player, and then kind of as a student coach. I was like, man, I want to take, what I know from the college level and help prepare those kids for when it comes to recruiting, how to talk to coaches, what I know, what I learned, and then, kind of took off from there. And I'm just, like I said before, I'm blessed to be in this position, glad to be back at my alma mater, help impact the young men we have on our team.
That's what's up. So, Coach, when I first got my head coaching job, I know the first thing I celebrated a little bit, right? It had to do him a little happy dance.
Right.
So my question for you is, when that first college interview that you nailed it, you got the job, you're now a college coach. What was the first thing you did? How did you celebrate? Who'd you call? What'd you do?
Man, I remember like yesterday when Coach Moose called me. It was like days after the transition, and I knew he had got the job, and I kind of figured that I was hoping. And let me say that I was hoping that I wanted to go back into back to college after being in high school, and he called me and he's like, hey man, it's like, how's it going? I kind of knew where it was going, and he asked me to be a part of the staff. And the only thing was I played receiver all my life, and it was like my first year. He's like, we probably gonna need you to coach DBs. I knew nothing about DBs. So that first spring was kind of fun because I pretty much coached off YouTube drill tapes I saw,
right.
and kind of what I knew from the past of what our defense ran and how we did it. But I would say it was very exciting. I think the first person I called was definitely my mom. I think I posted it on Facebook once it was official, and I came in and signed the paperwork and everything like that. And a lot of people, I got a big supporting cast.
Yeah.
And that's important to be able to share that with families, share that with loved ones. I know when I got this job, man, I was excited. Called my mom right away, told her we both celebrated on there. But hearing you, I hear your head coach a lot. You mentioned his name. Who would you say are your mentors in this profession, and how have they helped you, or how are they helping you to this day?
I would definitely say Coach Moose, because he was the one. Because before that staff came in, we were like Olivet College was like had the longest losing streak in NCAA history. I think in like 6 years we only won one game. So they just taught me something different, and I kind of molded and gravitated towards Coach Moose. So he's someone I definitely look up to, and he. Still to this day, seeing him as a head coach and things he go through on a daily basis. So that's one of my mentors. And then at the big level, I would say, the D1 level coaches I look up to. Obviously, the GOAT, Nick Saban. Love what he does for his program. Like I said, James Franklin. I like, Coach. I'm having a brain fart right now. Coach Fleck at Minnesota, because he's a high, passionate, energy guy, and that's what I am, and that's how I kind of mold my game, being like a player's coach, especially being considered quote unquote young guy, not even
right,
but
Coach, listen, hold on, bro. Ain't none of this. Especially when you ain't 30 yet, ain't none of this. You're a young guy. Right. Okay. Well, listen, Coach. We do all kind of stuff on this show. Like I said, we come to hang out a little bit. Now we're gonna have a little bit of fun. We always have a game. Wait, most of the time it's a trivia game, but because you said you're a single man, it's gonna be the dating game tonight.
Oh wow. Okay. Wasn't prepared for this.
No, joke. Them jokes, Coach. I'm joking with you. We're gonna play our trivia game. It is 3 questions about Black history. It's you versus Coach Watkins. And here's what it is: the winner does not have to cook tonight. The winner can go and have whatever he wants at whatever restaurant he wants on himself.
Love it.
Okay.
Hey, this takes me back to the days of Notre Dame, man, competing.
Right. So listen, but before we get started, I always have a little bit of a fact, a little history to throw out that's not part of the game. Today's history is: did you know the first African American to receive the Medal of Honor in the Civil War was Sergeant William Harvey Kearney, who, despite being shot in the face, the shoulders, the arm, and the legs, refused to drop the American flag on the ground.
Man.
Now that's patriotism right there. Right? Like
sure.
You can shoot me, you can do all of those things, but I'm holding this flag high. Right? That's what's up. All right, here we go, fellas. Let's jump into our game. All right. First question. Which of the following was not invented by a black inventor? Which of the following was not invented by a black inventor? The radio, the hairbrush, or the spark plug? The radio, the hairbrush, or the spark plug, which was not invented by a black inventor?
Hairbrush.
I think I'm gonna have to go with hairbrush too.
Both of y'all saying hairbrush. Okay, okay. The right answer is the radio. The radio. Lydia Newman, a black inventor, invented the hairbrush, and Edmund Berger, invented the spark plug. All right, so 0-0.
Coach. Call it a wash.
Call it a wash. Coach Smith, I forgot to tell you, any kind of ties that end in this game, we will settle by rock, paper, scissors. Okay, rock, paper, scissors, old school.
Bring it on.
Bring it on.
Can you click the screen to show the games then?
All right, here we go. See, all right, because this is a live show, I can be real with y'all. Production came in here and just messed me all up. Nate came in and had me pushing some stuff, and so now
That's
I gotta.
right, Coach. Deflect.
Right. Hey, I always deflect, my brother. Always deflect. All right, here we go. Question number 2. It says Benjamin O. Davis Sr. was the first African American to rise to the rank of general. He did so in what year? Okay, Benjamin O. Davis Sr., first black person to rise to rank as a general, did it in what year? 1895, 1925, or 1940? 1825, 1925, or 1940?
1925.
25? Okay. What you say, Coach?
Well, 1940.
All right, now somebody's going to be right, I believe. Somebody's got to be right. All right, here we go. And the answer is, it says 1940.
Let's go.
It was
Let's get it.
1940. Yes, sir. It says it says the New Deal era. Franklin Roosevelt was favorable towards blacks, and in 1940 he appointed Davis as the first black general during World War II. Davis held troubleshooting staff assignments designed to assist the expanded role of blacks about the segregated units. Huh.
Down.
All right. Here we go. 0-1. Second question. Third question. Right? Third question. Wait. Uh-oh, Coach Watkins, it is on. Pressure's on, my man. Oh, wait, look. Coach Smith, I got to tell you, for all last week, Coach never lost. He was undefeated. So this is uncharted territory for him. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Here we go. It says, be the first to name the 15th Amendment to the Constitution.
No slavery.
No slavery? All right. You got a different answer, Coach Smith, or are you going with that? I'm still taking the right answer. 15th Amendment.
I'm gonna have to say I don't know.
Okay.
I ain't gonna front.
If 15th, let me see. It says 15th Amendment to the United States Constitution prohibits the federal government and each state from denying the citizen the right to vote.
Vote.
The right to vote. And with that being said, dun, 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 we have a new champion, right? Coach Smith.
I can't beat this guy, man. Y'all beat us 2 years ago. But you guys were really good. Just wanted to pick your brain, Coach. What's your coaching philosophy, and how does that incorporate into the offense?
You mean as a receiver coach?
Yes.
My coaching philosophy, and it's actually written on my board. I kind of have a big one that I always tell my guys at the beginning of the year, and no matter if you're a returner, freshman, they all get the same speech, is don't be a liability. That's on the field, off the field. That's my biggest thing. We have to be able to trust you as coaches. You have to be able to trust us. But, players always say, like, coaches always have their favorites. We do. The guys that do the right things,
do the right thing,
go to class on time, never get in trouble, things like that.
Yes, he is absolutely my favorite. Listen, I didn't have a headache about him today. Right.
He's coachable, But yeah, that's my big thing. My philosophy in this position room is don't be a liability. For one, to the coaches, your teammates. Here we call ourselves the Band of Brothers. To the Band of Brothers and to this program, because you're being invested into, whether it's us investing in you, your parents investing, the time and money that they're spending for school. I was telling guys like, like the business world works. A bad investment is a lot. You can be a liability. Right. I have to be able to trust them to put them on the field. You got to know alignment, assignment, execution. You need to know, calls at the line. You need to know, certain coverages. Be able to make, be a player on the field.
Right.
And
right.
so I don't want, because it all correlates. I never see a guy, especially in our program, that's been all conference or all American that did the right things off the field too. So he's,
right.
He's a all conference guy or all American guy off the field as well. It wasn't just, someone that got in trouble up on campus and then, come down here and flip the switch and it's like, does everything. It usually always correlates. So.
Sure. Yeah. You can only hide it so much.
Yep.
You can only hide it so much. So Coach, wide receiver, sounds like that's your passion. If you were teaching a young wide receivers coach, I've got a first year high school coach coming in. What would you teach him to do with those wide receivers? What would be the first couple of things you would teach, and then tell me your best drill, the best drill that you're going to have them doing every day?
First thing I would say, and this kind of goes into recruiting, something I look for, is start and stance. I believe that your start and stance is truly a testament of the coaching you're receiving. I kind of hate seeing guys that stand there straight-legged, straight up. I'm like, dude, that's not gonna fly in college. You're gonna get press coverage, and those guys are gonna just eat you alive. Especially
right.
you got guys that are like, been in the game doing this. That are like 24, 23 years old. As like they're grown men that you come in as a young buck that can play. That stance ain't gonna get it done. So
right.
Few things I always start the year off, no matter what year it is. We always start off with starts and stance. Then release moves. I tell guys you gotta have a plan at the line of scrimmage, because a lot of guys that you get, depending on where they come from, they might not see a lot of press.
Mm-hmm.
Because maybe some schools don't have athletes to press all the time. Some schools do. So but you're going to see a lot of that in college. Whether it's press bail, guys walking up, during the cadence. You got to have a plan of action. Know what you're doing. Know where you're trying to get to, and know how to get there and the right way to get there. And then release moves are big for me, because you have to be able to, like I said, getting a lot of press. You got some DBs that are aggressive, some that are patient, so you have to be able to also, that kind of correlates with having a plan, is your release moves. I always tell my guys, your release moves should be like wiping your butt. If you have a bad release moves, you're probably gonna end up having crappy results. And so I mean that's kind of the three main points that I always talk about when it comes to my guys and what I teach them. And what was the second? I forgot the second question.
Just give us one drill you do.
One drill like we do. For me, I teach EDDs, which is everyday drills. It's always get release moves. So coaches, we use a lot of buzzwords. So my big thing is selling the Pinto. If any of you guys know what a Pinto is back in the day,
mm-hmm.
As a receiver, I believe you have to be a great salesman. No matter what you do, your route should always look the same, no matter if you're going deep, going short, so you have to be a great salesman. And so part of that is selling the Pinto. If you can, as a car salesman, if you can sell a Pinto to somebody, you're a pretty good salesman. So it's just all about having some oomph, some spiciness at the top of that route. So what we do is we'll start them off. We have a certain section of the field. I always start them off on the yard line, and we'll go from the sideline to the hashes. And it's, right foot first. And we're just going down, a little pep in our step. And on that second step, we're, over-exaggerated, just, not going fast, not going full speed. I want those guys to get used to sticking that foot and overselling it, and over-exaggerate it now in the drills, because now when we're going full speed, now we're here, it becomes second nature, so we usually do that all the time. That's probably my go-to drill, is just, creating that separation, because I believe it doesn't matter how fast you are, how slow you are. I think the biggest thing in college is being a great route runner and creating separation. So especially, Coach Y, at our level, D3, you ain't got really you're not gonna always get the 4-5 guys,
Right.
So the guys we do get, still are great players, but I think it's our job to mold them and to make them better than what they were, or teach them new things that they probably would never taught, depending on the school they came from or the program, so.
Right. And without giving too much, right? Because we might play you guys again, just
right.
But how would you explain your offense? Like if I was to say, hey, explain Olivet College offense, what would you say?
Players, formation, plays. That's players, formation, plays. That's
good call, Coach.
Yep.
Coach Smith, that is a great answer.
Is it spread? Is it RPO? Is it inside zone?
That is a great answer,
I don't know,
Coach.
You tell me.
I love it. Hey, listen, while we got that little short break, Coach, couple of things. One, I am still in it. I think many people on this chat line are still in it. Selling the Pinto. Yes. My man, that is a great line. Consider it taken. I will give you your credit, right? When I steal it, I'm going to say.
Hey, that's what we're here for, right? To share, and,
Absolutely, I love that. Selling the Pinto. Let's check in on the chat line real quick, guys. Again, Coach, we hang out with other ball coaches. That's what we're here for, and it's really just about having some fun, hanging out. So, just want to see if anybody else checked in since we've been going. We got Ben Johnson is new to the fold. Thanks for joining us, Coach. See if we got any questions on here. Let's see. Oh, Coach said, you got any tips for a split ends coach? He's not sure what these wide receivers are. Right? All right. And before we let you out of here, Coach, I want to shout out our sponsors. We are able to do this show because we have sponsors kick in, help us out. Right. And this month's sponsor is the QB School. QB School is the home of the best football analysis on YouTube. 8 million viewers and over 100,000 subscribers have watched as JT O'Sullivan, a former 8-year NFL QB with a PhD, break down football. In addition, a new QB School course entitled Master Pass Protection, a QB Lens, is available today. It will help take any offensive coach and QB to the next level. Check them out at theqbschool.com. Help us out, guys, by liking and subscribing and doing all of those things that you do. We love to have some fun, hang out with you guys. Let's see if we've got another real quick couple of questions. He said, I've got a guy, this is Newton 5029. Newt 5029. Sorry, Newt. Check in. Let us know where you're from, who you are, what's your name. I'd give you a shout out. Newt had a few questions. He asked, "Where's Olivet College?" That's in Michigan.
Yes.
What part is that? What part of Michigan, Coach?
It's kind of located. For anyone watching here in Michigan, we usually do the whole hand thing to try to show everybody where we're from. So
right.
The whole bend thing. So we're usually right here. We're 20 minutes south of Lansing, so we're about 30 minutes from MSU, Michigan State University. 45 minutes from Western University. Kind of located right in the central. We're near Battle Creek, Michigan. 20 minutes outside Battle Creek, Michigan. So kind of the central location here in Michigan. So.
Gotcha. Coach Newt says he's from New Lenox. he also asked, he says, what do you recommend juniors to be doing during this COVID time?
If juniors, I would just say get them grades up, man. That's the biggest thing. Grades,
Right.
grades. Because the thing about D3 that I think a lot of kids aren't aware of is that, you know, we aren't able to give athletic scholarships, but what we can do is give academic merit awards. So
Sure.
grades is big. I always tell my guys I'm recruiting, you know, you want to be the man in the house, call yourself a man because you're 18. I said, why not do your part and, you know, get your grades up to help out the family, you know, less money that they have to pay, you know, so grades is huge. So if you guys, to all the young guys out there listening and watching, grades, man, it's huge. You know, plus it just shows that you care about more than just football, you know, care about your education.
Right, and truth of it, Coach, and I know you well know this, but, you know, it's fleeting. This is the one sport that you're not going to do forever, right? Now, Tom Brady done trying to prove us wrong a little bit.
That's why you go, right?
Right. Listen, I had to shout him out real quick because, you know, like I said, I'm the old cat on this show. And so anytime we see anybody 40 or over doing anything that spectacular,
right,
he's riding for us all
was
right
it
now.
Tom Brady or was it the DC? Was it the Brian Leftwich? Was it the black coordinators?
Was it the black coordinators?
Nice shots out, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
At his finest.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Both
Coach,
sides. Both sides too. Like represent. So
right.
And then,
you
definitely got to shout out the first female ref to coach in the Super Bowl. I mean the ref in the Super Bowl.
Absolutely. You got to shout that out. And I can't name them all. I'm not that good at it. But I saw a picture of Bruce Aaron's staff.
Yes.
And
yes, I saw that today. Yeah.
Man, if that don't scream diversity at you, I mean, he's the only white dude on the staff.
Right.
It's like, wow, you don't see that, right? Like, not only like I'm sure he's aware of that, right? Like, not only does that take a strong person to do that, but it takes somebody that's smart and has some forethought, right? I mean, because that's done purposefully, right?
You got to know what you're doing at that level, right?
Yeah.
So
absolutely, you got to know what you're doing.
That's big. You know, shouts out to BA for that.
Right. Coach, before we wrap up, I got a couple more questions for you. I'm gonna throw them at you. If you went to a Glacier clinic this weekend, where would you be sitting? What's presentation? What would you be checking out?
I always got to make sure I stay sharp on the opposing side. So I usually go to a lot of DB secondary clinics and kind of see what they're teaching, what they're learning. That way I can stay sharp to, and hip, so the things. Plus, the great thing about here, my roommate is actually the secondary coach. So, so I usually pick his brain too, or, every time we'll sit down and watch a game together, we have very controversial arguments about those PI calls.
Right.
And one thing too, just for everyone listening as well, something that a wise coach told me was, as I played receiver, I coached it a little bit, was go see what those D lineman guys are doing, because those guys are constantly using their hands and are constantly using their feet. So that's, as a receiver coach, you could learn a lot from what a D-line coach is teaching his D linemen. So if you go to those Glacier clinics, if you had a chance to go to a clinic, if you're a receiver coach, please go see what those D-line coaches are teaching, how they're using their hands. That's definitely a must.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Coach, so it's Black History Month, and that's part of why we're here, hanging out. So to you, what does Black History Month mean to you?
I think Black History Month is, kind of like a big thing, especially now in the time that we live in, so I think it's probably more recognized and looked at more than probably ever in the past. I'm definitely proud to say that I'm proud to be a Black man. I'm glad to be, a Black man in this profession, and then, and great thing about it in the school that we're at, we're probably one of the most diverse schools, if not the state, then definitely in our conference. So, and that's cool, especially on our staff as well too. So like we sit down and have those conversations, with our players and as coaching staff and as leadership groups, in our program and our Band of Brothers program that we have. So those are kind of topics that we like to speak on. That way, it's out there and everybody has their own say. Everybody can know what they're, talking about. Black history probably, like I said, probably means more to me now than it has in the past, especially knowing the times that we're in and dealing with in the society.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Coach. It's definitely, changing times,
Yes.
right? And so it's always been a great time to be Black to me. But these days, I'm feeling as though we have a real opportunity to affect some change.
Yes.
And that I tie that into football all the time because, again, to see you young guys with a voice, right? Like you have a platform that you're able to use that can affect some change, and I love to see that happening, man. I love to see it.
And that's what I'm here to do. I tell every kid I come across in recruiting, and parents that come on visits and everything like that I'm just not here to draw stuff on the board and talk X's and O's, and I'm more than a coach. I'm here to help change lives, because that's what I want. That's like you said in the beginning. I wish I had more of man of our color coaching us. I didn't have that growing up. So I'm trying to be that guy in some of my players' lives. That can when they said and done, they can say my legacy is that Coach Smith or Coach Hobb really definitely impacted my life and helped me see things where and helped me change for the better.
Yeah. That's what's up, Coach.
This guy wise behind his age, man.
Right. Well beyond your age.
Ladies,
Coach, listen.
Ladies that's listening.
We told you it was gonna turn into a little dating game. Hey, listen, Coach. It has been a pleasure to hang out with you, my man.
Thank you for having me.
I am getting to know some of you young guys and the wisdom that you guys have. It is. I feel a bit embarrassed to keep saying you young guys, because I'm telling you. You brothers know the game. I can hear it in your voice. I can see the passion coming out of you. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Do this for me. Before you leave, drop some contact info. I know there's coaches on the chat line that might want to hook up with you and talk to you a little bit, if you didn't mind.
Most definitely, I'll do that.
You can say it too for listeners that's listening. You can just say your Twitter handle as well.
Coach Javier Smith, Olivet College. Email is josmith@olivetcollege.edu. Twitter handle is J_DOT_Smith. So it's just J.Smith. So reach out, if you have any questions, comments, concerns. If you have players for us, let us know, because we're always looking. Especially linemen. We're in the lineman business around here.
In the lineman business, I love it. Hey, Coach. You got to join us some other time on the chat line. Listen, we're trying to grow this family, and the more guys we can get in to check in, and just even if you got a few minutes to stop in and say what's up. Stop in and say what's up, Coach. It's been a pleasure. Thank you again, my man.
Appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me. All right, Coach Watts. Thanks, man. Thanks for the invite.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for coming on. I'll be hollering at you.
All right.
That's what's up. Coach, wow. Heavy hitter after heavy hitter after heavy hitter after heavy hitter after heavy hitter. My man. That's not, it's always, and I keep referencing it because it's amazing to me. Because there are more of our faces being shown in this game, we're seeing so many other young faces popping up. And it's amazing. It makes me proud to be the old, one of the old cats in the game, right? To see you guys, man.
Right. And I'm excited about our guest tomorrow, Chip Taylor, Coach Taylor. He's the head coach at Hamline in Minnesota. He's actually from South Jersey. And just hearing his story, how he got going, is exciting. So I can't wait for tomorrow.
Me neither, man. Hey, you have a great night. Coach him up, Coach.
Yes,
Coach him up. Coach him up. Give him heaven, my brother.